said a witness unto all nations. How many now that show was on YouTube, right? That's to all nations.
Yep.
Wherever you at, you are more white, or, so-called Chinese, and you over there, you stumble across that information. You could be a part of the elect.
That's right.
You can be woken up. If you stumble across any of these videos, that's why the Lord used this tool, this instrument tool, to basically what we're doing is sending those letters that Paul was sending to the churches. I'm correcting myself. That's exactly what we're doing when we put up these shows. These are those epistles, right? These lessons is those epistles. Okay. Now was the men of the Lord slack? Was the men of the Lord slack on writing those letters? No. All the men of the Lord in the book who wrote something: Habakkuk, Amos, Jeremiah, Isaiah. These are epistles. These are how can you say it? These are
letters.
Right. These are letters, man. We sending letters out to around the world. Okay, to wake up the elect. Go ahead. Get that Matthew 24. You got it? Hold on one second. Let this go ahead.
This is Matthew 24 to 27.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew 24 and 27. For as lightning cometh out of the east,
Right.
and shineth even unto the west.
Right. Because we from the east. We from Jerusalem. And it's shining from to the west. Which is what? What's the west? The west is talking about over here in America, Babylon, man. Go ahead.
So shall also coming of the Son of Man.
Go ahead.
For whosoever,
Meaning Yahweh Shai is going to be over here on this side. Go ahead.
carcasses,
Carcasses.
sorry, is there as the eagle to be gathered together.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately after,
Where the carcasses is to be gathered together. The carcasses over here in what it's talking about Babylon. And who's going to be gathered? The elect. Okay? Go ahead.
immediately after the tribulation,
Immediately after the tribulation, we're going to be gathered up. After the destruction of America, okay, or simultaneously during the destruction, the elect will be gathered. And that's why the apostles were writing. Get there real quick. I ain't trying to jump, but get there where Paul said, 2 Thessalonians 2, I believe.
Just there should be a phone in there first.
Yeah. Go ahead, finish that. Read up a little bit.
for as the carcasses is gathered, for whosoever the carcass is gathered,
Right.
then will the eagle be gathered together.
No.
And immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give light, and the stars will fall from the heavens, and the towers of the heavens shall be broken, shall be shaken.
Yeah, you said the power.
The powers of the heavens shall be shaken.
Yeah, the powers of the heavens is going to be shaken. It's talking about in America, man. This heaven is going to be shook when Yahweh shall returns. Go ahead.
And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. Then shall all tribes of the earth mourn. And then they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
Yeah, because the question still remains. Yes, he's coming, his second coming, but is he coming for you?
Exactly.
Is he coming for your salvation or your destruction? And a lot of you people don't know that. You persuade your own self or fool your own self that he's coming to save you, but he's only coming to save the 12 tribes of Israel. The 1/3.
That's what they want to accept. They want to accept that the Lord is coming back to destroy them. That's why they do all they can to make fun of and discredit, especially Great Millstone, because we're the only ones that's pushing the destruction of this world, man. The destruction of the other nations. And they can accept that, so they have to do everything they can to stop the message.
You shot me first, and I was mad real quick. No, to touch on what Tazwan was talking about how digital prophets, right? And how the word getting out through the gospel. This is Psalms 19:1. It say the heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament sure of His handiwork. Day unto day utter speech, which means our videos be on YouTube. It's day unto day utter speech, so which means you can get on the internet anytime, you know. And night unto night sure of knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard.
That's the Google translation.
Yeah.
It can always be translated into another language. But that's the internet right there.
Like you say, digital prophets. Like back in the ancient world, Paul used to write letters. Like what Brother Tazwan said, how we bring out how we writing letters now through the internet. You know, their line is going out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. And them have He set a tabernacle for the sun.
But this is how you numbskulls think that the world, the past was the past, and the world just exists, and y'all don't believe in fate, y'all don't believe in, basically, y'all really don't believe in the Most High, because everything in the world that's existing now is by way of prophecy. Everything that's in play is by the Most High's order. Even the destruction and downfall of America. Right. That's part of His order. You know, He can't establish that. He can't establish a kingdom except the wicked kingdom be destroyed. And it tells you that in 2 Ezra 4:26. You know, so America has to be moved out of the way. But a lot of you, y'all want this perverse country and this God-forsaken country to continue. Because you think you can make it better by, some shot.
I got a quick one to back you up on that. The 2 Ezra 6, I started at 6. It says, then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. See that? Everything else, like the brother just said, everything that was made in the world was made by the Most High. And it shall be ended by the Most High. It's in the book, man. It's written in stone. America's fate is sealed. And your fate's along with it, man.
Y'all still trying to revive.
So, like I said earlier, it doesn't matter if you understand it or believe it or not. It's going to happen.
We are the ones that get to tell you something. And that's what's so great about it. That's what's so beautiful about it.
How y'all trying to make America great again, and America is in fucking debt? What, 21 trillion?
Yeah, the Most High set that up.
Yeah.
The Most High set that up. But he used them Esau as a servant, because Esau is just playing this wicked role. Esau is the wicked. Edomites are the wicked of the world. And you ain't gonna know that until the Lord starts destroying you more and more.
Right.
And then there's gonna be this woe is me. Like, why is this stuff happening to me? You don't understand your history then. You don't understand where you spawned from and what is your purpose on the earth. Everybody has a purpose. We just so happen to be the underdog that gets to take your place when the time comes. And the ones that you look down upon and the ones that you write off. Go ahead, finish that so you can go back to yours.
Okay. It's verse 7 says, then answered I and said, what shall be the part asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?
See, what it means by the part and asunder of the time. The signs that taking place, man. The signs that's taking place that the Most High already spoke of long before. So that's the parting of the parting asunder of the times. Okay? That's part of it. It's part of the process. And we're seeing signs coming past. The lunar eclipses, the solar eclipse. But the so-called white man, and he'll picture to you like, oh, this has been happening for 200 years. This has been happening already for 300 years. You know, we done had the Black Plague. You know, the end is not yet. You know, the end has already been. You know, the end came when Yahushua, the Lord, died on the cross. That's when the end came, long time ago, 2,000 years ago. So what are we? The beginning and the end already took place. So we at the end of the end, basically. If you really want to go into it.
Because all of them, like he said, because all the kingdoms had all the prophecies had to be fulfilled. All the kingdoms had to basically play out its part. But you gotta remember that one day of the Lord is 1,000 years from us. So that should already let you know it ain't been that long with the Lord. You know, it may seem like it because our mindset, but like the brother said, the end of the day started 2,000 years ago.
2 days ago.
2 days ago to the Lord. So just think about that. Literally 2 days ago, the end of the world had started.
Right.
You know? That's why you got to keep that in your mind when the Lord said that this place is going to fall. It's not going to fall right away. Actions of you know, it had to have a climax, and now it's on that verge of the downfall.
Time of the prophecies.
Right. You know? Go ahead.
It says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed it.
That's so like end of the world is Esau, man. So-called white man, he's losing his power. It's time for him to get his ass out the seat. And it's time for us to rule, man. As a nation in righteousness. You know? What you get?
Because I want to get on that, they grafted in.
Okay, well, I got this real quick. Yeah, because I've been holding this for a minute.
Okay, go ahead. Let's push it up.
John 4:22.
This is John 4:22. He said, but ye know not, ye worship ye know not what. And we know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews.
Right, and this is Yahushua talking to the Samaritan woman. And he simply told her whose salvation was, you know, towards. Okay? And we're going to get into the grafted in thing, all right? And the foreign Israelites. So, keep going.
But the hour cometh, and now is, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth.
Right. The true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and truth, man. And that's great millstone. We have the light. And you know, through that light, you know, we're a walking target for you people, man, that are living in darkness and evil, man. We're the one that's declaring the prophecies. We're the ones that's pushing the name of the Lord. You know, we're the ones that's pushing out the word the right way, man. And that's living up to the standard that the Lord set down, you know, through His Son. You know, and that's how you know we're at the end of days, man, because the Lord said He set forth His apostles last. Those are the ones that are going to worship the Lord in spirit and in truth, man, the elect. You know, Lord willing, we are the number.
For the Father seeketh such.
Yeah, right. For the Father seeketh such. Meaning, I have elect men on the earth that are going to follow me, no matter what happens in their lives, man. No matter what are the odds against them, these are the men that I set apart from the rest of the world to follow. And now we're at the end, so now they're being manifest, man. And along with the end of this world.
To worship Him. God is spirit, and they that worship Him must worship Him in spirit and in truth.
Right. And that's according to the flag.
Yeah, because there's you know, there's a lot of falsehoods out there. You know, but the spirit is the word. All right. The truth is the truth is the truth. You know, Yahushua being a so-called Negro or so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. You know, that's a truth. You know, of the Israelites being carted away in slavery at the end times. That's a truth. So we're supposed to worship Him in spirit by his word and in truth. All right, can everybody be saved? That's not a truth. All right, because it gave you the number who's going to be saved from Great Babylon the Great, man. But before, I mean, right after it's destroyed, or right at the same time it's being destroyed. All right, that is the truth. All right, so a lot of people don't worship the Father in spirit and truth,
Because they don't have the truth.
Exactly.
And that can segue into what I'm trying to get into about the grafted in, right? Because, like you said, it's a number, 144,000, right? Where does it say? Somebody get Revelation 7. Where does it say Edomite can get grafted in? Revelation. If Revelation is the last book to reveal, okay, reveal something. See, basically at the end, this is the end. You know, this is the end of everything. When Revelations, when things in Revelations begin to happen, you know, like the ship and the was one woe and then this woe and the third woe and all that. This is the end, right? That's what Revelations is, you know, a revealment. It revealed on who was still supposed to be saved. Go ahead, read that.
This is Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. It says, and after these things I saw four angels standing on the